Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy bonus reading for the elemental energy of Earth for May of 2025. Earth covers the zodiac signs of Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have Earth high up in your charts, then this is for you. There is a link in the description to a natal chart. It's not a sponsored thing or anything like that, which one day maybe, but it is a really good product. It gives you the 12 houses with all of the pertinent information to what that all means, with all those signs and symbols and who's talking to who and who's arguing, and it gives you a nice little snapshot of the energies of when you were born. And there's also a section in there on your elemental alignment, earth, air, fire, water, and it's kind of fascinating because you see a little bit of a different view of things. And I found that my personal elemental alignment is actually a lot more accurate in a lot of ways than the rest of the chart. So something to think about, something interesting to check out if you're into it. For our bonus readings, I'm just going to use the basic Celtic cross reading, getting an idea of what the energy is doing in the moment, and then we'll pull some oracle cards to see about some either a little bit deeper information or maybe even answer some questions you've been having. So again, these are general readings, they're for entertainment, so take what works, leave the rest, and we will get started. So Earth, you are starting off in your own actual energy, which is the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles is Earth elemental energy, and the Four of Pentacles was what I'm getting here is, you know, you have certain skills. There's some hidden ones that you're not quite sure of just yet, but what it's coming up as, you have this knowledge of where you're at in this moment. But what the universe is wanting you to understand is there's more to come. There's things that are hidden away, and sometimes you may have hidden them yourself to keep them protected from others, but there's also some surprises, we'll call them, that the universe is helping you discover in the moment. So this next little period of time could be interesting for you is what I'm getting. But right now, you know you have this set of skills, but you don't realize that there's some other ones that are coming to the surface here shortly. There's some other gifts from the universe that are coming into alignment. But for the moment, they're wanting you to stay focused on what you already have, because that's where your stability is. That's where your strengths are. And the energy that's crossing you, could not be more apropos considering it's air energy, is the Seven of Swords. Air is your contrary energy, by the way. Seven of Swords is saying there is a battle that you've been dealing with for a minute, is what I'm hearing. And they're saying that it's coming to a close. It's not quite over yet. There's something here that's poking at you. There's some energy that is just not letting up, and that's the cross energy for you. That's the energy that's kind of working against you, is you've already been there. You've already done all of this. Why is this little thing keep popping its head up? And they're kind of poking a little bit at this as a kind of a work finance thing. So it could be that coworker that you're just like, how are you still here? Or it could be that energy of that one bill that you think you got it paid off. It keeps popping up. There's something along those lines, but it's not a long-going thing, or it's been a long-going thing, but it's not going to continue, is what I'm hearing. But it's one of those things that's working not in your favor in this moment. So don't be stressed out about it. It's coming to a close, but it's still just kind of over there yapping at you at the moment. So your higher self is the Two of Pentacles. Definitely have some fun. These are being recorded just before Memorial Day, so if that's in the United States, if that's what you are going to go camping, have some fun. Your higher self is wanting you to step into joy again. Don't worry about the mundane, everyday world. Have some fun. Do something that is magical, if we will. And let yourself enjoy the peace of this expansion. Let yourself enjoy the just pleasure of being alive. And I like how, since we're coming up on a holiday, the beach scene, yeah, there's a ship in the back, and these dragons are actually having a lot of fun with their pentacles, and that's what they're wanting you to do, is just have fun. Do something with your friends, with your family. cut loose. The world is a little bit too serious sometimes, and the dragons in this aspect are calling you to really tap into the joy. Earth, you are all about the hearth, the home, things being stable, things being grounded, everything in its right place. Don't forget to enjoy life as well, is what I'm hearing. So your subconscious or your shadow self is the Queen of Pentacles. This one is the promise of future betterment, things coming better in the future. They kept showing me images and it was not being clear. But what's coming up here is your higher self is saying have fun in the moment. Your shadow is saying all those things that you thought you had stuffed away, all those things that those gifts, those talents, those skills, those things that will never make money. What are you doing? You need to be more structured. You need to do this and this and this. So you kept putting him back. You kept back burnering them, and then they fell off the back of the stove into the abyss. Well, the abyss is saying, okay, those are coming back up because those actually are viable. The things that you have been running away from, the things that you've been trying to hide, the things that you've been told were of no value are actually coming to the surface, because in this moment there is great value. Your shadow is saying you've planted, we'll say eggs in this situation, but seeds, and it's time for you to realize those seeds have been growing. Those eggs are getting closer to hatching. There is great things coming available to you. Your shadow is just saying, right at the moment, you can't quite tell. You know there's something coming. You know there's something shifting. You know there's something changing, but you're not sure exactly how it's going to play out. That's not for you to know, but the Queen of Pentacles is really saying, this is the divine feminine aspect of Earth. She's saying, you have done everything up to this point. You are leading to success. Why are you still doubting yourself? Why are you still allowing those other people's opinions? Because they're not walking your path. They don't know what your abilities really are. They see a surface level. They don't realize how deep. Earth, you can go very, very deep when it comes to your gifts and talents, and these other people don't see it, and so you've repressed, you've pushed back this stuff. Your shadow's like, oh, no, we're bringing this back forward because these are where your gifts and talents and skills really lie. So it could be a really interesting time coming up for our Earth family. Your immediate past is the Knight of Wands. Been fighting with our passions, have we? And it's time to really, your past was really about stepping into what you thought were the right actions, what you thought were the right passions, but you kept your own fire alive. You kept those other things, even though you've repressed your shadow, you've kept those things as something that you're interested in. Whether that is wood carving, whether that is concrete work, whether that is, and yes, that can be an art form, I've seen it enough, it could be even something as simple as welding. You've kept the passion for your life alive, even though you were fighting these other wars, these other battles, these other situations that kept popping up, and they kept distracting you from what your goals really were, or they kept pushing you away from your goals. And your past is saying, your passion has always been there. No matter what else has been going on, you have always known about these secret or repressed abilities, skills, memories, whatever it is that you've kind of been pushing back there. You've always known that this is there, but they're saying this last year especially, you've been trying to step up, and there's been a push-pull going on where you're trying to step out and show off some of this stuff, and other people are like, seriously, just don't. Why not? Go try it out. I mean, that's how we all end up doing the things that we do, is we put our neck out and we try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And in the past, you've been listening to other people and it's been pushing back. You don't have to do that anymore, Earth. It's time to really step into your power. And when we look at this reading, your significator is Pentacles, your higher self is Pentacles, your shadow is Pentacles. That is the tier, that is the power center of who you are. You're in your authority, you're in your power right now. Go with that as much as you can. And your immediate future, the next 1 month, 6 months, up to a year, is number 21, the universe. It's the world in the original deck. This is saying things are coming to a satisfying and actually positive conclusion, and gateways and doors are opening up for your future. What is it you want to do? What do you want to create, Earth? You have come through a lot over the last little bit. You're in a moment now where all of your energies are in alignment. Your higher self, your normal self, your mundane self, and your shadow are all talking very well to each other, which is shocking. And your future is whatever you want it to be. What are you willing to create? The universe or the world in this aspect is saying you have reached a conclusion of an aspect of your journey. And now there's the option, the ability to choose your next path. Because something new is coming. Revel. This is where your higher self is really tapping in. Revel in the joy of where you're at. You've accomplished a lot. Your future is saying, you've done everything that you've wanted to do up to this point. Now it's time to look at those other things, those things that you've been putting back. Where are you headed next, Earth? Because you have a lot of opportunities and there's a lot of positive energy backing you up right here. So we are now going to look at your attitude, kind of how you're viewing the world right now. And it's the Sire of Pentacles. There is some training going on. Whether, Earth, it's you training someone else or they're training you, there is the ability to bring up, expand, and enhance your natural gifts and abilities. Your attitude right now is a little bit playful, and if you are the one training, you are trying to make it easy to understand for the other person. If you are in the trainee position where you're learning from the other person, understand that they are trying to help bring you out of your shell. They're trying to help bolster you to blossom. The green dragon is not being fearful with the little one. He's trying to teach. And that's what's coming forward here with this is your energy right now is one of two things. Either you're the teacher or you're the student. The student, you're going to feel frustrated. You're not going to grasp it instantly. You will get it, don't get me wrong. But it's one of those things where you're like, why is this so difficult? But the teacher is like, it's not difficult. This is what I'm trying to show you. These are the steps to achieve this next step, or this next branch. The universe as your future is saying, you're headed in the right direction. You just have to pick what direction you're headed. Like you've got a lot of options here. Everything's lining up positively for you. And the Sire of Pentacles is saying, if you need a teacher, this is the time to find the right one. If you become the teacher, don't forget where you came from and how to teach others. Everyone's going to learn a little bit differently, but that's the energy that's coming up here. So your environment, the world around you, the things that are outside of your control, because they're not in here, is the Eight of Cups. The world outside is not pleasant right now. There's a little bit of mystery going on in the world outside of your bubble, and it's saying emotions can be a little bit rough. Don't get wrapped up in it. The outside world here is, with the Eight of Cups, is saying there's a little bit of mystery going on around you. Your outside world is a little bit confusing right now because you're not sure what's going on. You almost feel like there's some sadness, but then there's also this mystique that's inspiring your own curiosity, which could actually tie into the student aspect of the Sire. So you've got these energies coming up where you're not quite sure what the outside world's doing. It doesn't know what it's doing. Let's be clear here. The outside world doesn't know anything more than anyone else does. But that's also triggering that curiosity and that mystique. It can be a little dark and spooky out there. It can be a little bit scary. But sometimes when we confront our own fears, we actually step into that power of being able to move beyond where we were. So there's your outside environment and those things outside of your control. They're not meant for you to control. They're meant for you to explore. Your hopes and fears, the Ace of Wands. We're going back to those hidden talents again is what I'm hearing. Your hope is everything works out. The Ace of Wands is saying this is the first step on your passion. This is the first step into your creation. This is the first step into a new aspect of your life. Universe is saying things are coming to an end. It's time for a new beginning. Your hopes and fears are saying, new beginning, I don't know if I want this. Your fear is failure. Plain and simple, your fear is failure. But why are you focusing on the fear when it's your passion? It is a creative force of fire. Fear in that aspect needs to be burned up and burnt away. Don't throw everything out, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but explore what you want to do next. You are in a position where you've come to come to a conclusion. You have stepped beyond where you thought you could ever have accomplished. Earth, if you don't believe me, look back. Look back for the last month, the last 6 months, the last year. Go back a decade. Are you completely a different person and moved so far beyond that person even a year ago or 10 years ago would have ever thought? And it doesn't matter if you feel like you've only been doing the same thing. Have you learned something new? Have you become a different person? Because the hope is you're going to continue improving. Your fear is stopping. Fear is failure. Failure is when you quit trying. You have a very positive reading here. You have a lot of earth and elemental energy coming up saying, you're going forward in a really good way, so don't slow down. Don't stop. Keep your eye on the prize. There's a new energy coming for you. There's a new pathway, new gateway, whatever you want to call it. It's there and it's waiting for you. Be ready for that expanded energy. Your outcome is the Queen of Swords. There's your opposite. So your outcome is confusion, frustration. Maybe things didn't go how you hoped they would in the first place. But is that a bad thing? Sometimes our outcomes, when they come out in a different way, actually show us what we needed, not what we wanted. And what's interesting is when you look at things from the aspect of need versus want, what you needed, Earth, was a challenge to force growth. And so your outcome is saying your confusion is coming from not knowing why you had to deal with that situation, why you had to lose that job 5 years ago, why the world shut down and almost destroyed your small business, why that person passed away. That's the confusion. But the outcome of all of this is saying those were lessons that were necessary for your soul's growth. Now, is it pleasant? No. And I will never say it was. And the Queen of Swords isn't saying what happened was pleasant, but it was necessary. Your opposite is air. Air is swords. So this was something that needed to happen, and you didn't like it. It was a challenge. But the outcome of this reading is saying where you are headed now, you're going to gain clarity. Because the blue butterflies around are talking about the hope for the future, the joy of things becoming better. There's still sorrow here. You got your snowdrops, you got your broken egg. So you still have that sadness of things that were lost or things that didn't go right, but you have the hope and the dreams of being able to move into something higher and better. And with the reading we've got going on here, it's definitely saying you've been through it, Earth, you've done your thing, and it is time to move into this better space. So there's an underlying theme here of the Nine of Pentacles. You have standing in your power peace. You have hanging over your head the abundance of life, whether that's financial, whether that is a spouse, which kind of gets the impression from these guys down here, or whether that is a really awesome friend group, a job that is paying everything you need. The Nine of Pentacles is saying you are in the proper place. The underlying theme for this whole reading, this bonus reading, is Earth, you've got this. You have the support, you have the love, you have the abundance, the prosperity. All of those wonderful little Earth energies are setting you up for success. It's time to understand why the past happened so that you can move forward, because the past is over. And that's where that universe card in your future is coming up saying, dude, you have been through it and you've come out successful. Whether that is just surviving it, you still came out on the other side doing well. But your future is what you want to create. When you come to the end of a journey, the universe gives you the choice. Where are you headed next? So, with that, we will pull a couple of oracle cards here just to get a little more either clarity or maybe answer a question or two. I'm going to pull 3 cards. If you have specific questions, you can ask those in your head and then push pause in between, or you can just hear whichever information comes up and see if it clarifies or if it's a little bit of a guide for you. So we are going to use the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and your first card is Number 63, Winter's Dream, a gestation period. You're in a period where the future is open. There's this energy of something is building, something is growing. The universe is, for lack of a better word, pregnant with a new option for you, a new beginning. You're in the egg itself, if we're going back to the dragons. What are you going to create? The Winter's Dream, this is the quiet part. This is the rest. This is the peace before the next step of your journey. Earth, Winter's Dream is saying, enjoy this peace, enjoy this quietness. As far as answering questions, yes, no, neutral, this is a time of just relax. Things are going to work out. Things are going to happen in the future, but you don't have to worry about the future past. You're here now. And this is a time for you to recover. Maybe look over some of the things that have went on in life. What are you needing to understand? The gestation period is a time for you to grow internally. The outside world doesn't need to see it, and they probably won't even if you showed it to them. This is a time for you to grow internally, learn the lessons, incorporate them into your life and being, even if it's only, okay, that's why that happened. But come to those terms, because the gestation period is take the pause, see where you're at, check in with yourself, and then be ready for the new things coming, because when you gestate, you end up being born. You hatch out. You expand. Right now is the quiet before the next branch. So your second oracle card is number 36, Lost in Space, needing direction. If you have a question, it's saying not right now. This is not the time for it. But Lost in Space, needing direction is also saying you're not sure what direction you're going to go yet. You have the options available to you. You have several, actually. I'm hearing 4. So we'll see 4's, yeah, if 4 resonates, let me know in the comments. But 4 is the energy I'm getting right now. And it's saying, lost in space, you're not sure what to do now. You've come to a spot, a fork in the road. You've come to the end of a journey, whether it's with a working situation you're at where you've kind of glass ceilinged out. Like, do I stay here and just keep doing the same thing, or do I look at this other opportunity? If it's something else, they're really wanting to say that could be a financial one where you've kind of stagnated at the moment. Could be a work, could be something else. What direction do you want to go? You're feeling listless. You don't know what direction to take. And what the universe is saying is take a breath, look inside, because the answer is actually waiting for you. I mean, if you can see in this picture, she has her eyes closed. She's holding the world in front of her, meaning she's holding the option in front of her, but her eyes are closed. So she can't see the forest for the trees. And that's where they're saying here is you have the answer available. You just don't know which direction to go yet. When you go inside and you get quiet and you actually commune with your higher self and bring that awareness in to God, Source Divine, the angels, whichever you work with, you'll start to see that there's a pattern there. And then you'll start to see, oh, that's where I'm headed next. Your third and final oracle card is number 47, the Sky Bridge, Possibility for Union. This is definitely a yes, maybe energy. But I'm also getting this is also a time of coming together, of joining proposals, weddings, marriages, new children on the way. Something is being offered to you that is going to expand you in your elemental energy. Earth, you are the hearth, the home, you are the foundation, you are the growth, and you are the stable one. The Sky Bridge is saying you have got yourself and your foundation set. Now it's time to open the door for something new. This is the time to open the door for new experiences, new possibilities. The Sky Bridge is also saying it may not be in the physical world where like you normally would think, like, I will go do this and this is how I will meet this person. Probably not. The Sky Bridge, this energy is saying it's going to occur because you've got the foundation. You've got the things where you need them to be. It's not going to happen in the way that you are planning. You can plan all day long. The universe is going to be like, no. So that's the energy here is you're the foundation. You're the stable one. You're where everything starts. And now it's time to open the door for the new expansion, the new experiences, those new enjoyments of life. So making sure we don't have anything else here to go over. Overall, Earth, this is a really awesome reading. You guys have some interesting history to kind of incorporate here, but your future is whatever you write it to be. You're in a really good spot. Enjoy as much happiness and pleasure as you can. Don't take life too seriously, and let your talents come out. Let your skills step forward. Even if it's one of those things where you're not sure and you're just going to show a friend or two, do that. You don't have to take it to like, oh, I'm going to open a business. You might go that direction eventually, but enjoy the road ahead. It's going to be really fun. The challenges you've passed through have helped get you to this point, and now it's time for you to decide where you go next. With that, I will let you guys go. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let me know in the comments down below whether this resonated for you, what kind of images you may have gotten from watching the cards as well, and I will see you in the next video.